Okay, this is called Pope Leo Family as Maga.
From a rabbi. That's fun.
Yeah.
Breaking news: Pope Leo is MAGA. Pope Leo is MAGA.
Yeah, but I don't know if you were paying attention to, but like the whole thing was that he was constantly talking about how these people are Super Bowls and about how everything is wrong with the thing, and then when they ask him, anything's gonna happen. So it's just like he's just there to just tear shit down. He's just a destroyer. But
Yeah,
anyway,
no, it's hard to keep up with. But
yeah, because you're not
what,
seeing
what
character.
fucking movie is it?
It's a movie by Jews. It's called Hail to Caesar.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie about Ben Hur, but they don't call it Ben Hur.
A tale of Christ.
I got Ray from Rambles.
Oh, Randy just missed it.
Oh my.
Oh, Randy, you just missed the fucking. We just had a philosophical debate between a rabbi, Catholic priest, a Orthodox priest, a reverend, and what was the other one?
A filmmaker.
Yeah.
I don't know about a cast.
An imam.
Well, the Jew says that Jesus is not God, and then the Orthodox priest says, well, he's not God.
How do you think you're the only sensible person in this room, though?
I'd like to play for you my beautiful Santor.
It's just Doja and Nora. These are the only like normal people on the stage.
Yeah, that's right.
Of course, he had Princess G. He was talking to her. I do like
No.
Nora something. I do like Nora. You should look at that. Look at that cast. Nora, that's definitely good.
That's right.
What have you got to say, Doge?
I've decided that playing music is how I can break free from the clown house hypnosis matrix.
That's what I've been doing.
That's right.
That's cool.
Because 5 years on this app, it's like,
Well, I'm trying to change my act.
yeah, I'm trying to change my act basically.
Amazing.
Bro, you have to cheat your fucking brain chemistry at this point.
What do you think music does? You know what's amazing is I went out on I
Oh,
think
here we go.
Saturday night and I was dancing on the dance floor, and because I was playing so much music prior to that, I was literally like visualizing how I move on the musical instrument, and I was like killing it on the dance floor.
This nigger was literally at a bar or something, and he was on Clubhouse, and he was like talking to a woman, telling her how there's a synagogue close by, and how he's trying to be a better English guy. So we
Oh my god, that's so awesome! You heard my date. That was my date. That's fucking awesome. Because I realize there's no point in taking out somebody for an expensive date who's never going to call you again. You might as well get some content out of it.
bro, you should like literally on live stream that shit, telling her how there's a synagogue close
This
by.
should be your channel.
Is trying to be a better dude. Why would you tell that to? I mean, man, nigga, there's a reason why I don't get second date, nigga.
Dude,
This should be your
it
channel.
went well. We were making out by the end of the night.
Yeah, like imagine me going out on a date and I spend half the time telling her about orthodoxy.
Listen, all communication is hypnosis. It doesn't really matter what you have to say as long as you can talk.
God. Well, I'm just saying, like, if you want the second date, maybe it's better not to like, she doesn't give two damn shits about how you're trying to be a better Jew.
Well, maybe if she was a Jew. Was she a Jew?
No, she's German.
Oh, well, yeah. Were you looking like a pity fuck them or something?
No, I don't know. She was a beautiful girl.
Is married.
she's like, "What's new? Like, what do you want to achieve in your life that's big?" And I was like, "I'm running for Congress, but this Irish bastard, he registered my domain name, and now he fucking owns me."
That's right. Should I should like I should change it to like your political program
That would be so funny because like I wouldn't even be angry. I would just be like, "This is so funny." It does see whatever you do with the domain name. Honestly, it'll always work out in my favor. There's no downside.
Okay, I'll just turn it off. I'll just fucking turn the that also, you see, this is it. He's such a stupid. They're gonna no matter what, and then he'll say, "Well, that helped me too, because then it's not going to anything." No matter what, he's gonna try and do that.
No, you just can't. Technically, I mean, like I told you, you wasted yourself a shepherd's pie for lunch. These domain names are irrelevant. This is not meant to. Yeah, I know. The thing is, I'm just like done spending money on anything. I mean, you know. Only thing I'm interested in spending money on is getting that peach. Huh? Probably like 125.
How much money did you spend on that bench?
125 probably.
You spent $100.
Dinner and multiple drinks.
Yeah, but you didn't even fuck her again.
I know. We made out.
That's hot. Okay, so every Tuesday.
You know, have you never heard of the argument? You never actually the girl that you're.
Oh, I kind of agree with that, but yeah.
But you paid $120.
It's not. It's a good point, but whatever.
You paid 120 on both of you, not just
See, like for a woman,
Yeah.
like a lot of the time, like the kissing and the intimacy could be enough. Where then if there's like this apprehension of be like, oh my god, I kissed him, and then oh my god, we're gonna get a cab and all this time, and then oh my god, that means we're gonna have sex. But if
Imagine hooking up with this nigga.
I know. Imagine her like trying to run. Imagine her trying to run her fingers through his hair.
Okay, so that's the thing. So you went out on a Sunday, and you paid $120, so $60 on hers, but that's $60 negative cash flow. I want to see, like, I want to have an idea of your deficit per month. How much do you spend per month on ads?
Just depends on the month. In the summer months, it goes way up.
Ask ChatGPT how much money you could have made if you just bought Bitcoin.
In summer, it goes way up.
Shwaya.
Okay, so how many dates do you have on average? Do you have a date every week, or do you have a date every 2 weeks?
Maybe like one every 2 weeks.
One every 2 weeks. That's and on average it's about $60.
No, at least $100.
No, not.
Listen, I'm only spending like $200 a month going on dates at the most. But I mean, if I find a girlfriend this summer, like hopefully we have a great time. But I mean, the point is, there is no point. I'm just here to fucking play some music.
Okay, so $200 a month every month. So $200 a month on ads, basically. But then how much ads do you get? In fact, like aside from the date, so you go on the first date. Most of the time, she doesn't come back home with you, right? On the first date.
Correct.
So then, but most of the time, you don't see her a second time, correct?
It just depends. Do I need to explain the birds and the bees to you?
I just want to know how much ads you get in a month.
It's just always relative. I mean, I could tell you my total numbers and my how old I am, and you could, determine whatever that is per month. But I mean, what's the point?
I'm just saying, if I was 40 years old and I was single, I would be getting more ass than a toilet.
Listen, wealthy guys who are good looking, who are single, guess what? They get a lot of ass because they can spend a lot of time getting ass. Other people can't afford to spend any time getting ass because they're too broke to get any ass. It takes time to play this Parisian love game of of singing songs and having love spots. I will tell you this: having a boat is the ultimate love spot. If you go to the gym and you get on the treadmill, the acronym is PEDAL, Performance, or what is it? Program, Enter, Time, and Level. PEDAL, PETL. That's the acronym. So it's just like life. You choose the program. You hit enter. You got a time limit and you got a level of duration. So those are the variables you're dealing with. 4 variables.
So how much ass do you get average every month?
A gentleman does not kiss and tell, senor.
Just so he gets nothing.
Obviously, I knew where this conversation was going. Nowhere.
Well, if an ass was given, like brownies, if ass was given to you, usually do you get that ass once or does it come back for a second time?
It just depends. If it's the right connection, I'm gonna pursue. If it's not desirable, I'm not gonna pursue.
You went out together. You paid that $60 on her, and then she gave up that ass. So the woman who gives up that.
You sound like a Jordanian refugee or some type of immigrant or something right now.
I'm just asking you about that.
Yeah, I know, but you also, you grew up in Jordan, man. I don't know what to tell you. We got different lifestyles and different expectations. Some of us have different educations and backgrounds.
So we learned that he doesn't get much ass. I would like to help. I mean, we said all this motherfucking time. I would like to. I'm just telling you, if I was, he's 41 now. Like, if I was 41, dude, I would be getting a bitch every 2 days.
He's 43.
No.
Yeah, if I was in my 40s, I would get a woman every 2 days. It's so easy for the men in their 40s. Like, that's so prime for a man. What do you think about it? But this nigga trying to be a better Jew boy rather than trying to get more ass.
Do you want to hear his music?
No. Oh, that was him playing the music?
Yeah,
I thought it was some Pakistani joint.
it's his instrument.
Oh, so you ran away from the fucking questions then. Amazing. Fucking faggot.
Baguette? Baguette?
How do you broke him? You broke the climb of climbs.
No, I got kicked, faggot.
Ran away?
No, I moved him down because I figured you all started complaining.
No, but he ran away by just fucking reaping the rim with the fucking music. That makes you refuse me answering questions. Yeah.
What a
Well, because
faggot.
he doesn't get ass.
Honestly, I mean, no, it's nothing against them. Most men don't get ass, dude. Like, most men have it, like, total dry season. It's like Joseph and the famine of Egypt, you know?
Famine of Egypt.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be like most men.
Nigga, there's plenty of clubs you can't go to if you bring women. You never been fucking turned away?
Okay, you're not getting it. You're less likely to come back with a woman because you're gonna come back with your woman since you cannot go unless you have your woman with you.
Get out there, do not bother me again.
Single woman can go.
Be
Single
singing
man
your
can
Torah,
go.
by not even reciting anything. You should be reciting glorious Quran.
I mean, you could come in, but you're not going to be able to go to the bar, basically. You're not allowed to go there.
It's Illuminati, nigger. You can't go into the higher levels.
Yes, unless you have a woman.
Okay.
I'll try it, but I'm just telling you, like, yeah, it's just, yeah, dude. I would rather him focus on getting ass rather than being
Nigger,
a
I
boy.
hope he wastes his motherfucking time.
Nah.
One last Jew procreating is the world's a better place.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he's a good guy, and he wants to have a family, and he wants to have a wife, you know?
Oh, he needs to stop fucking them Punjabi bitches.
I want them to have a woman.
Can you imagine little fucking Edmonds running about? Oh my god. Like, maybe it would mellow him out a bit, you know? Who the fuck?
I would like it if he has,
Imagine like fucking 4 teenage fucking Edmonds and Jesus Christ.
Why do you wish bad things on people, Rambleson?
Who said it was a bad thing and who said I wished anybody anything?
Like, you
You're
just
fucking
want this
lying
nigga,
again now.
you just don't want this nigga to have, like, a blast.
Nigger, I said that he needs to stop fucking with that Pakistani bitches or Indians, whatever he's fucking Punjabi motherfuckers.
No, he's not fucking. That's what
He
I'm telling
fucking
you.
is.
No, he's not.
The
I'm
last
just
fucking
lying.
girl, he was with some fucking Punjabi doctor or some fucking
Should
shit.
he that he gets a date once every
I
2
think
weeks?
he's full of fucking shit.
Which means that he most likely gets a date once every 3 weeks, once every month. These dates, he doesn't get that. So this nigga only gets ass once every month.
He's projecting. He's
So I'm telling you, if you actually do the
projecting.
math,
He's
That's where
projecting.
his focus should go. He should be collecting more ass.
If this is
Projecting.
actually ass, well then, like, why is it that people put zero effort into it and get more ass than that?
No woman wants an inexperienced dude.
Who the fuck said anything about experience?
Women don't want experience, man.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
It's there's correlation, but it's not the causation. It's
Even
not
inside
the
a
it's not the
conservative
inexperience.
woman?
Women, listen to me. Men are put off by women with a high body count and prefer virgins. Women are not put off by men being virgins. Hence, when women are virgins, they're happy
Who
to
told you that?
amazing. It's a fucking self-evident fact. Women are happy to sleep with women who are virgins, for example, are happy to sleep with other virgins. The takeaway is it's
Virgins are happy to sleep with virgins,
they just
according
don't want them
to
to be a
T-Rex
fucking
here.
wuss.
Okay, this is the Sound Tour.
know what? You know what's so crazy? I don't think you realize how women see niggas. You see that picture Omni Teller got up?
No.
That's how women see niggas they don't like.
Hold on, let me see.
That's how women see black niggas they don't like.
Really?
Hell yeah. Women see niggas they don't like that. All the features that they just find disgusting, it's magnified. So you end up looking like that. Like that.
What are you eating in your photo?
Did you say
that was just
Omni?
chicken. What you said, ASB?
Did you say Omni?
Yeah. You see Omni picture?
Yeah, I just.
That's how y'all see niggas y'all don't like. It look like a cartoon, y'all niggas.
It don't even be like all black dudes either. It be all the.
I just want to say that.
Who do you think the most disliked person in this room is? Like a constant.
Me?
I feel rich. It is unfair a little bit.
I think it's rich. I did think so.
Because each of us see ourselves as rich, and it's that side that get fucked up, and we be like, damn, thank God it wasn't me.
I'm not like him.
Yeah, we all are.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no.
Hey, France Fanon, right?
I'm not from Mensa, bro. I don't have it.
Hey, look, France Fanon, right? I read a little quote he had in some black book, and the nigga said, the sins that we hate in the world is the sins we despise within ourselves. He said some shit like that. He didn't say it like that, but it's basically what the fucking quote meant.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I don't. That's like, I think that comes from jealousy, right? It's like something that reminds you of what you lack is like,
oh, what you are.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually we tend to like gravitate towards those that relate to us. You know who fucking stopped in the room today? Fucking champ is Boris. Thought we'll try to jump in because me and AWOC were bickering at each other.
Yo,
try to make a little comeback.
I'm slapping Chaos around right now. Truth bad, really bad.
I wish I knew how to appreciate that, but I don't play the game.
I'll tell you this, I stopped playing because you got Scrabble and Scramble. I stopped playing that when niggas started cheating. You could take a screenshot, put it in the app, and then it'll give you fucking words. And I realized at that moment, there's some niggas that don't care about honesty of the game. They just want to win. And if you willing to pretend to be a winner,
that's fucking Samoa, bro.
Nah, Samoa's
right there.
Samoa's
Nah, bro,
different.
Samoa is the homie, but that fool will lie to win the game. He'll change the story and everything.
You have to.
I heard him do it. You have to?
Yeah.
You were just about to be critical. You were just about to be critical as to why you stopped onto people that do that, which is why you stopped. Now you're saying you have to?
If you look at Samoa like an argumentative, contentious debater, if I go to a debate fight and the debater only wants to tell the truth and only wants to say the facts that everybody could bump into in a book, that nigga whack. But if somebody could do all that, yeah,
I think fighting to the death is like yeah, I get that, but like changing it, they're different. Hold on.
When Abraham Lincoln did that little presidential debate with Douglas, you think both of them niggas is like, yo, we both gonna tell the truth no matter what, and we're gonna win. The lies is gonna make this nigga Douglas lose. No. The lies is what won the war. You think Abraham Lincoln told these niggas the truth? Them niggas was mad when they found out he wanted to free the slaves. Because he wasn't talking that shit in the beginning.
Do you really think you want to free slaves?
just had to throw that dirty shit out there.
I don't think Abraham Lincoln gave a fuck about a slave.
ASB, you know you remind me of Pocahontas, so I'm gonna tell you this. When that old white lady used to bake the pies, put it on the windowsill, who the fuck you think stole it?
Probably some badass, hungry little white kid. I don't know.
The fucking slaves. And they got a whooping for it. And they would eat that shit with their hand. Mouth, hands burning, everything. And it was worth the whooping. It was worth it. Even if you was going to be hung for that pie. The idea of you tasting something sweet one time in your life was worth it. So we wonder why a whole generation of niggas on drugs, because they chasing that pie.
I don't agree. I don't.
The rebels chased the British and the colonies. The rebels are better people.
No. It was like some hungry ass fucking, you know, like the neighbors' kids and shit. They were white. Nothing against white people. They were, though. I mean, niggas was over there, like, cooking their own shit. That's what we do. I'm not racist, by the way. Y'all know that. Just tell it how it is.
You know what's crazy, yo? I had to work a double today, and every time I know that, I can never sleep. So I'll be tired, like, for days. I don't sleep. And then when I'm relaxing, still can't sleep. But when someone comes to me and want to talk to me while I'm tired like that, I start falling asleep while I'm talking to them. And the sleep start feeling so precious that I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fall asleep while this nigga talking.
Yeah, I kind of agree with it. Yeah, I worked last night, and my sleep schedule's completely fucked up right now.
Tell me something people want but can't sell.
They want it, but they can't sell it.
Yeah. Someone just said, Tom, tell them what you just said.
All right, so time, because even if you're working for somebody else on an hourly wage, your value of time varies from your employer.
See? Yeah, none of y'all smart like that. Look at that.
I get halfway through these slave movies and I'm just like, I can't do it.
What is the movie that you're watching?
What is this called? The Book of Negroes.
What?
And you
That's
said
that
white
Hebrew Israelite movie.
or white Jews that on the plate?
Yeah, that's the fucking Hebrew Israelite movie. Like, Kyrie Irving had the black people watching.
Oh.
It made all the blacks Hebrew Israelites. I hated that shit.
I wonder if that's the movie this was.
I can't do it. It's, I don't know.
I ain't gonna front. I feel 12
That's
Years
a
a
really
Slave
good one.
was the greatest slave movie.
Which one?
12 Years a Slave?
Oh my God, it took me 4 days to watch it.
Yeah, that was a good long movie.
It
That
was
was
good,
good.
but I kept getting mad. I had to turn it off. The next day, I was like, let me, turn it back on. Turn it back on, you know what I mean? But it was good.
It was funny when they landed in Carolina and they got off the ship, and the nigga that was talking to him was like, yeah. And then he see his masters and just ran and grabbed that nigga knee. Oh, messing up, you messing up. I was like, that nigga funny.
What's crazy is like how many people were, black people were free, but not, but then, I mean, they were bringing the slaves over. You know what I mean? Like, not bringing them over.
You ever go outside and see the cats, and then like they look at you, you look at them, and you take a step and the shit just start running? That's how the slaves used to be after they got free. So like they'll hide in the woods and they'll go out to pick some berries, and then when a group of white niggas see them, they'll look and they start running. Just like that.
Yeah.
Scurry in a way, scurry.
After 400 years of fucking being mentally abused and shit, I could see.
You remember the song he was singing in that movie? Oh, nigga, run. Jungle got you. Nigga, run. Jungle got you. Nigga, better run. Nigga, that's a real song. I remember my grandma singing that shit.
Please don't scroll. Stand.
Yeah.
Person who doesn't understand.
Now we live in a generation where they running. They don't know why they running.
I don't know. My mouth is too damn slick, and this is just Clubhouse. I don't give a fuck.
You know how they handled slick talking niggas back in the day? The same way they handled slick talking Yankee niggas that came down south. They said, we'll burn you at the stake at Plymouth Rock like we did your ancestors. And every slick talking Negro had a tree with his name on it. Hang him from his tongue. Hang him high. Hang him low. Chariot dragging that nigga down.
Yeah, they probably had me hung upside down with my legs open and chopped me in half.
And you don't know the psychology of it. You remember when they crucified that nigga Jesus? On the pictures, they usually make it cute and put a little cloth over that nigga genitals. So you gotta have a little self-respect for that nigga. But in reality, that nigga was booty naked, balls all shriveled up, dick all cold so it shrunk. And the nigga was embarrassed on that motherfucking cross.
Should
So
they
every
probably
nigga,
just off?
yeah, so every nigga who hung, he was booty naked. The women was booty naked, titties hanging, asshole out, coochie out. It was a fucking shame. Make a nigga say, I don't want that to happen to me. And you'd be surprised what a nigga would do so that shit won't happen.
I don't know if I'd have made it off the continent of Africa. Shit.
I hate to say this, ASB, but be honest. Would a woman suck some dick for freedom? Now what about a nigga?
I think the niggas would.
And you don't think the women would?
Yeah, everybody need goblin dicks. It just depends on who you are. But yeah.
That's nasty. You just blow your nose.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, man. Eating too.
My fault, bro. My fault. I wanted to breathe a little bit. Just breathe.
I was talking about goblin dicks. You blew your nose.
engineered into us, where we like misattribute, like agency to things that don't have agency. I think that explains a lot of like the God belief. I also think what does a lot of work in the God belief is like the way in which like our brains aren't like what's what I'm looking for? They're not like information. They're not like data processing machines, right? They're like narrative processing machines. So like a lot of things in the world are very complicated and very complex, and our like minds just like prefer like a simple explanation. So like I think that accounts for like a lot of the conspiracy theory stuff. I think that accounts for a lot of like the religious stuff.
Yeah.
Like
well, I mean, that's just kind of a little bit
tangential.
No, but it's a good point. I think it's a bit tangential, though. So it seems to me that there's something about, like, how we see the world that we project onto, like, other beings, or the nature of the world. Given that there are just so many other ways that organisms can be oriented toward the world, and ours is one of purpose. So we look through purpose glasses, and I think that is just a trivial artifact of just some contingent artifact of lower legacy of evolution, as opposed to like just being one of many styles or modes to orient oneself toward, biology orient itself toward existence.
Is it okay if we get more people mixing into this?
No, shut up.
This is a soliloquy.
Oh my God, I was joking. Did you really? Yeah, I was joking too.
Right?
Oh my God.
Right now, there are billions of squid in the ocean just living their squid lives. And I think they're probably conscious. And it's just so weird to think about, like, even on this planet right now, there's just all these minds. They're just thinking very alien thoughts, The way they experience their lives is so different because they have 8 arms instead of our 4, two legs and 2 arms, and they're just alien creatures, and they're just living around us, thinking their thoughts. It's just so cool to me.
Sam, isn't there like a difference between like consciousness and like sapient?
Yeah.
Sentience or whatever.
I mean, they're not sapient, but they're conscious. I think.
Like, if something's not sapient, I'm not sure that it has the same type of like second order thoughts that we do.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going around thinking their thoughts kind of thing, right? Like, it's more like they're going around like reacting to their environment or something like that.
Yeah, they're perceiving the world, and I think that perception is a type of thought.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, I do think they have minds. They just aren't thinking about the fact that they're thinking, but they are like seeing prey, and they're seeing mates, and they are trying to solve problems. Like, there's this guy on YouTube who has a lot of pet octopuses, and they're really adorable, and you can see them trying to like solve puzzles, open jars, and they're kind of social. Like, they like want to hang out with the guy, and like it's plausible that they have some sorts of like primitive consciousness.
Higher level cognition, yeah. It's the same with like dolphins and like I guess apes too.
It's so dumb that Elon Musk, like, he should give $100 million to some mad scientist who's just going to breed octopuses to become sapient. Like, why not? You get to be the guy who brought
sapient octopuses to the world.
You don't think you're going to be remembered for forever as like a god, as you're the guy who caused that to happen? Like, think about your legacy, bro. Come on.
Isn't there a cautionary tale to be told in Watchmen about sentient octopuses?
All the science fiction that has all these warnings, like there's so many like Gattaca is like, oh, genetic engineering's bad. Oh, Jurassic Park, oh, it's bad to build dinosaurs. Like, no, all this shit's cool. You're dumb. The ones that are actually dangerous are bioweapons, AI, and nuclear weapons. Those are the 3 actually dangerous ones. Most of the shit that science fiction is dangerous isn't. Like, it's not dangerous to clone people. It's not like, I don't know, there's like so much shit that we worry about that isn't worrisome.
What was if we made apes like, super intelligent, such that they could like become their own society and eventually take over? Is that a good scientific move?
Well, I think octopuses are like smarter than us. Yeah, I can see that being maybe bad. But like if they were just on our level, I think that could be kind of cool. Just have it. And not only that, if we're breeding them for intelligence, we can also breed them for kindness. Like dogs, we've bred to be our companions. There's no reason why we can't breed these octopuses to be our companions.
You know what I think is so interesting, Sam? And I've seen this theme pop up at least 2 times. Like this idea of bartering with other creatures, like an octopus and like being harmonious with them. Like their needs and our needs are somehow intertwined in some way. And that was the first time I've heard of that concept. And I wonder, like, what made you think of that? Like, why would you think in those terms that, like, of this idea of our values overlapping in some way, like an octopus and I? Like, why would you think that? Where did that come from in your thought?
I mean, I don't know, man. I just think I don't know how to answer that question other than I like to daydream. And right now we are like basically on the precipice of being gods. And we already can fly like gods. We can already make fire like gods. We can already like do basically, this is basically telepathy, the ability to like send our thoughts across the world. And the only thing that but we have yet to do the biomancy. We've yet to like fuck with nature, but like we should. Why not? What? I think it would be good for the octopuses if we could make them smart and happy and cooperative with us.
But they are smart.
They're not as smart. They're smart as like dogs, but they're not as smart as chimps or dolphins or people. And we might be the only species in this universe. It's probably not true, but we might be. So why not bring more sapient creatures into existence? Seems like life is good.
Well, it seems to me that there's going to be like a glaring answer to that, and it's like, imagine where the octopus is interests is like diverge from Mars. Why? Like giving octopi rights and accepting like their needs on a par with our needs seems to be like it's going to be deleterious in some way. But surely we don't diverge like 1-to-1 on what we want. You know?
I got a question, maybe for Sam, because he's like the history guy. All this talk about bartering with animals, I'm curious if that's how certain colonial powers felt about the indigenous humans that they interacted with. Is that how they saw the tribes? Maybe not every imperial regime, but some of them, they saw the natives as subhuman. They might have just figured that these are animals and we can.
And did you hear that question?
I don't think that they saw other people like animals. I think they saw them as people, and that I do think that we have so much opportunity right now. We're living in a time where their future is genuinely open. We could destroy ourselves, or we could do really interesting stuff. And the interesting stuff we could do is, one of the things is to spread consciousness to the other galaxies. One interesting thing to do is to make other life. One interesting thing to do is to become immortal. One interesting thing to do is to make VR worlds that we can live in and just sort of like become gods in our little virtual worlds. There's lots of really cool artistic projects we could get up to if we weren't just so stupidly focused on petty shit, and if we don't kill ourselves first.
Incredible. I wish I could come up as a guy who inspires to say something. Like this idea of bringing about awareness and intelligence in another species seems to me so extraordinarily beautiful. Imagine that we awaken another creature, another species, and how they would orient themselves toward us. That they were once just something lowly, and yet we gave them, just out of like love or whatever reason, this ability to have to be like us. I think it's just like playing God in that way. It's just a really beautiful way to look at the world.
Just think about how grateful you'd be if you found out that some creature came here and made us. Like, thank you, aliens, for turning monkeys into humans. And like, we have this ability to do this for other creatures. I want us to make dolphins really intelligent. I want us to make elephants really intelligent. I want us to make octopuses really intelligent. Just like, and then also, don't just make them intelligent, also make them kind. If you're already tinkering with their minds, you could have them be really friendly so you don't have to fight with them. And then we just have these awesome creatures with very different perspectives. Like a kind octopus and a kind elephant will have very different perspectives about existence and philosophy and stuff like that. And that's awesome to have new perspectives on these big questions.
I wonder if we would be horrified if they were able to communicate their desires to us. What is it that they want? And surely wouldn't it be fascinating if we found something altruistic in their desires? Could you fucking imagine that? I think that would be the most chilling thing, because we can understand their desires for survival and food and shelter, things like that. But I have a feeling that if other species were able to communicate with us, they would be able to tell us about their desires in such a way that we would consider that to be an altruistic thing. And let me just hit this real quick. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. As I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. And they treated me like a punk. Alright, I can't. That's too fast for me. Sorry. Yeah, can we do karaoke in like an hour, or is it just like played out?
I think we should wait like a little bit before we do it. It's not played out, but I don't want to do it every night. But I can drop some bars.
And use a drop one for me, bro. Just for me.
Sure, hold on. Let me
For old time's sake. Oh my god, you're a fucking absolute G.
Grow and thrive. Living life, gratitude, happy for my attitude. Yo, we evolved, now we're going to the stars. Technology, so I am dropping bars. Look at us, ending all that violence. Going to the future, doing all this science. You don't wanna mess with me. Learning science, learning all that chemistry. Learning science, learning the biology. Getting all that philosophy. Take an octopus and give it a mind. Some motherfucking guys acting divine. Showing other creatures they can see. People that we can fucking talk to. Get new perspective from the creatures. We get minds with different other features. Yeah, we gon' have a new nation because we gon' have creatures And he's got 8 minds, one every fucking tentacle has got a mind, and it's gonna be really fucking cool to talk. So we gonna do this science, never gonna stop. Like damn, take a dolphin, we gon' be chilling and laughing, surfing with these critters in the ocean, turning into God's best motion. Take an elephant, they is fucking smart. Take them, and we gonna get it started. They got brains, but we gonna make them bigger. And then, you know what I figure, we gon' learn teeth mountain. We gon' go to Pluto, cause elephants do that cool though. We gon' go to all the other galaxies. Yeah, that is our analogy, bam. So much cool stuff to do. Virtual reality, that's what I do. Be a fucking god living inside of AI. Then I'm gonna live forever, never gonna die. Oh my, I'm so happy that I am cured death. Never gonna die, never gonna be last breath. Like, thank you, Mr. Einstein, for the science. No dying. Hey, Daniel. Okay.
Bro,
That was good, dude.
you're fucking fired. Thanks for doing that for me, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the love.
Yes,
Hello.
hi, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Alright, buddy. Where are you from?
Good. We're just talking about how we need to use science to transform the universe and genetically engineer creatures with godlike power to make them sapient.
Alright. Nice.
Yeah.
Are you guys from USA?
Yeah, I'm from the USA.
Oh, it's part in US. Which part in US, son?
I live in New York City.
New York City. Oh, nice. I live in Boston. Last Saturday I was in New York in the Queens. I was in Queens.
Alright, but you gotta talk about something more interesting.
What do you do there?
No, that's still boring. You gotta get way more philosophical and weird.
Can you pull up this? Cass is my phone.
Cass is your phone? What?
Cass and the down is my phone. Can you pull up Cass coming up?
Alright, man, you got your chance to be interesting. You failed.
Does anyone else feel disappointed that the ceasefire between India and Pakistan is robbing the world of the opportunity of there being no more Pakistan?
I mean, I don't like nuclear war, so I'm for a ceasefire starting.
I don't think that Pakistan's worried about a nuclear war. They're worried about a nuclear what?
Because they're dirty.
I mean, have you ever seen Pakistani ingenuity? It's basically hit something in a dirty hole until it's a different.
It is interesting that they named one of their cities Islamabad. You'd think that they would have named it Islamabad, but they kind of took an L on that.
Yeah, I got told off for calling it Islamabang.
Well, I'm grateful that there's not a nuclear war that's going to happen because that's bad.
I don't think that Pakistan has the capability to launch their antiquated nukes.
Yeah. But I'm glad that I don't like to see cities incinerated.
I'm all for the reforming of one entire Bharat.
You want to have a unified India again?
Well, the reality is that there are more Islamic Indians than there are Islamic Pakistanis. Most of the people that live in India get on, with no issues. it's the extremists that cause the problems. You know, the people that have tried to attack the Ram Mandir, the people that want to, start false elections in other countries under the Khalistani flag. We've got to a point now where we really should recognize that nation states are no longer a thing, and trade is the only thing that has ever stopped human beings from hurting other human beings and taking their stuff. War doesn't achieve that. And this idea of caliphates and nation states, it's antiquated. It has no purpose in the modern world.
I don't want Pakistan with India to join, because then Indian Hindus will have more competition. Like, I want Hindus to have a place where they can be Hindus and not have to deal with Muslims trying to fight with them. So I think it's good that they're separated.
But no, there are more Muslims in India than there are in Pakistan.
But if you added more Pakistanis, there'd be lots of. It's not as though, it wouldn't be a majority Muslim, but it would still be more Muslims.
I mean, it would be the worst kind of Muslims. You'd be dealing with extremists. You'd be dealing with poorer Muslims who don't want to integrate, but want to have Sharia introduced into places, and want to have this infestation of faith as a form of governance. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked since before the printing press.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're saying you don't want a greater Bharat, because then there'd be extremists.
I do. We just need to flush away. We just need to wipe away the shitty people.
Oh, so you either want them nuked or ethnically cleansed, and that's how you want to solve the problem?
Or re-educated. You know, the Uyghurs have been dealt with by the Chinese in a similar fashion. That can happen in Pakistan.
I mean, I'm all for educating Muslims out of their Islam, so I just don't want it to be as intense as all that.
Sam, I can never get a rise out of you, no matter how controversial or ridiculous I get. Like, I've never managed to raise your temperature a single degree.
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, just steady hand all the time. Even when you're quoting plenty of fish statistics on ethnic dating, you're just like, no rise in temperature at all.
Yeah. I'm a robot, baby. Emotions are a mistake.
Alright, let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. I think that women should be treated equally, and given that they are about 7% of the prison population, we need to arrest and lock up far more women.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I don't think that prison should even be a thing like it is. I mean, we should have prisons, but a lot of petty stuff should be solved with corporal punishment, like violence, because it's more humane than prison.
True, locking someone in a box to just get angrier and angrier and come out and try to exact vengeance is probably not the best way to rehabilitate people surrounded by other criminals.
Yeah.
Bullshit, if I can't get a rise, I'll carry on wearing this PTR and just accuse random white people of using hard art in black spaces.